I think, as far as the question of God goes, I wish that science, which is supposed to explore these things, refuses to explore the fundamental question that is of interest not only to religious people, but intensely to atheists as well. They spend a lot of time thinking about something they don't care about, or they pretend they don't care about. That science should spend all their time. They spend time trying to find new galaxies, as if that's important. Since God's an unproven thing, just a hypothesis at this point, I think it would be good to study it. First of all, the scientific method always begins with intuition. Always. The scientific method always begins with intuition. Always. Einstein used intuition. He did not study things objectively and find things. He was struck with something and then followed that notion that he had, or whatever you call that. I call it intuition. I call it intuition. You could put divine roots to it if you wanted to too, but that's how important things are discovered. Intuition. I call it intuition. And obviously, there is an enormous intuition amongst every person that has ever lived that God exists. For instance, if you have a deep intuition that cigarettes cause cancer, which is still unproven, by the way, you don't need evidence. In a court of law, you certainly don't need evidence. You don't need a body. You don't need to find a dead body of something. If all things point to something, I don't know. I have very strong belief in intuition. I call it intuition. I call it intuition. You could put divine roots to it if you wanted to too, but that's how important things are discovered. Intuition. I call it intuition. And I just find it interesting that something that everyone believes, some people pretend not to. For instance, you will never see an atheist argue that God doesn't exist because the tenets of Scientology are absurd. They will always pick Christianity. It's very interesting that they choose the God that they decide doesn't exist, which means really they're choosing the God they think exists.